What's up, people? Joe Winko here, your favorite Hawaiian guy, and here's my next episode of Joe Winko Talk. So, before I get to what I'm going to be talking about, I just want to make this special announcement, and it's honestly about something that's happened a while ago. I just forgot to announce it on Joe Winko Talk. If you guys follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you guys probably already know about this by now. But I finally captured my favorite Pokemon in Pokemon Go, Charmander. I was so happy to have captured him because he's my favorite one. I actually found him while I was in a parking lot with my adoptive parents, and it was on March 18th. So I was really happy about that because I always have Charmander whenever I play Pokemon on the console games, really, except for Pokemon Yellow, but he just recently became my favorite, to be completely honest with all of you. But yeah, I'm really happy about that, so awesome! This episode of Joe Winko Talk is going to be about a new video challenge ideal that I'm going to be doing for YouTube. I'm pretty sure someone already came up with this idea. The challenge I'm going to do is the 100 days and 100 videos in a row YouTube challenge. For those of you guys who haven't noticed, I usually try to only upload one video a day because for people who are subscribed to me, I don't want to swarm you guys with a whole bunch of videos on one day because that can get a bit overwhelming, I guess. I guess that's the way my autism mind sees it. But I came up with a new idea of a new challenge I can do to upload a new video on YouTube, one video on YouTube, every single day in a row until I finally reach 100. But don't worry, I'll still keep doing YouTube videos after that. I just thought this was a really cool idea, even though I'm already sure someone came up with it already. The reason why I thought of this was because these past few weeks I've been a bit out of it and haven't really been posting enough stuff on YouTube. So I wanted to do this to motivate me to post more stuff on YouTube, and I think it's a really fun idea as well.
I'm actually already 3 days in because the first video I did recently was April 3rd, 2019, and I've been posting videos every day after that since then, one by one. In order to get to 100 days, I'll have to keep doing this challenge all the way till July 12th, 2019, and that shouldn't be too difficult.
It might actually be a tad bit difficult keeping up with this challenge from time to time, but it shouldn't be too hard. If you guys saw my last episode of Joe Winko Talk from year 2018, the Colors of the Month episode, you would know that with my videos, they aren't always published the same day they're filmed and edited. Because my video I did in Mobile, Alabama, the next day in Mobile, Alabama, that specific one, I recorded that one on October 2nd, 2018, but I didn't post it on YouTube until November 5th, 2018. I honestly do that so people don't know exactly where I am, exactly the time I'm there, so they won't stalk me. But I'll save that for a future episode of Joe Waco Talk, that particular topic. And live streams also count as well, because every single one of my live streams gets saved and uploaded onto YouTube so you can watch them again over and over again because they're saved up there. I have a whole playlist full of all of them. And in all honesty, I actually like live streaming because when I do an episode of Joe Winko Talk, I have to do the episode, then I have to go through the whole clip, edit parts of the clip, add in the effects, add in the overlays and the image and the graphics and everything. And it can get a bit tedious doing that. It takes longer than you guys probably think. But I actually like live streaming more because I don't have to wait for the video to render. I could just like do the video, and while it's all recording with the date and my Winko 567 logo on the screen, and it's pretty awesome and it makes it a lot easier. I actually use a program called OBS to live stream. It's a really awesome program.
And I also use it to record my routes on Google Earth.
I've also been wanting to do some more YouNow live streams because in order to make it to the next level, I have to have 5 people guest me on my YouNow live streams. So, yeah, that's another thing I'm throwing out there. I need 5 guests for my YouNow live streams. I haven't really been doing those very much. However, if you are guesting me on my YouNow live streams, please make sure to be over the age of 18. The only reason why is because YouTube has that stupid new rule that people under 18, if you have a new video posted, like it disables the comments and stuff like that. I talked about that in one of my previous episodes of Joe Winko Talk. That rule is a pretty good rule to have in some aspects, but they honestly need a better way of handling that, in my opinion. And there's another thing. It's not like I actually have to be at home to publish all my videos. I don't have to be at home on my computer publishing all of them because there's actually an option with YouTube. Like, you can upload a video onto YouTube and save it onto YouTube and schedule the date it's published, and that really comes in handy. I actually used to use that feature quite a bit back in my earlier days on my most recent channel on YouTube. I haven't really been using it so much nowadays. I plan on getting back to using it, especially for this 100 days, 100 videos in a row challenge that I'm going to be doing. And I'll always be able to come up with new ideas for episodes of Joe Winko Talk too. The only reason why I ask for ideals of stuff to talk about in my new episodes of Joe Winko Talk every now and then are because I had some other ideals for episodes of Joe Winko Talk, but it's just that they were really long and would take a lot of preparations and everything and a lot of time to edit and the effects, and I wasn't in the mood for them right away. So I always ask people for shorter ideals of like simple stuff to talk about in my episodes of Joe Winko Talk. But it's also because I like listening to you guys and seeing what you guys want me to share my opinion on and everything. So if you have a new idea for a new episode of Joe Winko Talk, make sure to let me know in the comments of this video. That'd be awesome. Another thing that I wanted to get back to doing was gaming videos. I could definitely do tons of gaming videos. I also wanted to do more live streams for Elder Scrolls Oblivion and Elder Scrolls Skyrim because it's been way too long since I played those games. And I wanted to do some playthrough videos on how to beat the Resident Evil games since I have all of the Resident Evil games now. Well, Resident Evil 1 through 4 and Code Veronica, but those honestly were the only ones that mattered to me. I also have the Resident Evil games for Nintendo Wii as well. Those would be very interesting to play. And I wanted to start playing The Sims 4 again and do some videos on that. The reason why is because I love The Sims 2, but it just gets really annoying having to switch between the families and make sure they're all on track according to the time in the game. Like, they're all on the right days. Like, make sure 120 days have passed for this family, then get this family caught up to 120 days. For some reason, that gets a bit annoying, but in The Sims 4, the time just passes and passes, and you can play as each family, and the days will pass for them while they're passing for this family. And I kind of like that. I wish that's how The Sims 2 was, but it isn't like that, unfortunately. But I still will play The Sims 2 every now and then and keep playing it and keep playing as Lily River, Virginia and everything. But the thing with Sims 4 is that they don't have a create a worlds tool. I would love The Sims 4. Sims 4 would actually be perfect for me if it did have a create a world tool and if you could create a bunch of sub neighborhoods that are all connected to each other, but they just don't have that yet. I can dream though, can I? Doesn't mean they'll never have it. I just hope they come out with it soon, because that's honestly something that should have been completed a long time ago. Honestly. I'll just have to wait for it, though, until then. A lot of other people want it too. I don't blame them. I also thought of making some tutorial videos on how to post articles on my wiki site that I have. I'll have the link to that in the pinned comments. The whole point of my wiki site is for people to post articles explaining and summarizing the stuff that goes on in my YouTube videos, like the people and characters I talk about in my YouTube videos and the places I visit, to write articles on those and everything. I always thought the wiki sites were really cool, so that's why I always wanted to have my own. I also been wanting to do some pages about the characters in my Sims 2 live streams and about what they do in each episode of my live stream as well. I was looking for people to type pages about the Sims characters that I make in my Sims 2 gaming live streams. And if you type an article on my wiki site, I will make sure to give you a shout outs in my episodes of Joe Winko Talks. So please do that, please, because I really been looking for writers for my wiki site and I would really appreciate it as well. Which actually leads me to my next point. If you go on my wiki site, you can see that I have a whole list of all the episodes of Joe Winko Talk. They're actually arranged in chronological order on that list. In the playlist for Joe Winko Talk, they're arranged in reverse chronological order, and that's actually blog order. Like the new video is at the top of the playlist, while the old one is at the bottom of the playlist. The reason why I have that is because I didn't want my first episode of Joe Winko Talk to have the most views. I wanted people to stay on top of the new video and everything. But the rest of my playlist and all the stuff I have categorized on my YouTube channel, they aren't arranged in that order. That's just strictly for the Joe Winko Talk episodes. I actually had another idea for what to do for Joe Winko Talk, but I can't really do this specifically until next year, and I'll explain why. As you guys all know, I have a mild form of autism, and it causes me to be fascinated with weird stuff. Like, I'm fascinated with a certain way things are done, and I'm also fascinated with numbers quite a bit. I'm going to explain that soon. What I was planning on doing was doing an episode of Joe Winko Talk, doing a certain number of episodes of Joe Winko Talk, according to the order of the month. Let me explain that. Say January, that's the first month of the year, so I'll do one episode of Joe Winko Talk. Or if it's February, that's the second episode of the year, so I'll do 2 episodes of Joe Winko Talk in February. Or if it's March, that's the third month of the year, I'll do 3 episodes. Or if it's December, that's the 12th month of the year, so I'll do 12 episodes of Joe Winko Talk in December. I can't really do that this year. The only reason why is because this past January, I already done 2 episodes of Joe Winko Talk, and for this past March, I only done 2 episodes of Joe Winko Talk, so I can't really correct that unless I have a time machine or something, but don't really want to anyway. I calculated how many episodes that would be if I did that for a whole entire year, and I calculated that it would equal 78 episodes of Joe Winko Talk. And that's honestly more episodes of Joe Winko Talk than any other season of Joe Winko Talk. In case you're all wondering, year 2017, which was season 5 of Joe Winko Talk, actually had the most episodes of Joe Winko Talk, scoring 71 episodes. I didn't want year 2019 to be the year or season with the most episodes of Joe Winko Talk. So instead, I'm planning on doing that for year 2020 because year 2020 will be the start of the new decade, and I honestly find that like very interesting and appealing for some reason. I know that may sound strange, but it's because of my autism mind that I think like that. As I said earlier, I'm fascinated with numbers and everything, and a normal minded person wouldn't see anything special about that. But I'm not a normal minded person, and I'm honestly really glad about that, because these videos would be boring then. Another thing, to get even more specific, I don't like calling year 2020 2020 because it doesn't sound right, really. I prefer to call it 2020 instead, because I think it sounds stupid when people say 2015 or 2012 or 2011. Just call it 2012 or 2011. Like, yeah, I understand for like year 1995 or 1958, because you wouldn't say year 1925 because that sounds kind of crazy and it takes a long time to say. But still, we are in year 2019, so you don't need to say 2019, just say 2019. However, after year 21,000, if people were saying year 2115 or 2119, I would be perfectly fine with it, honestly, so just letting you all know. And I'm kind of doubtful I'll last that long, but if I'm reincarnated again, I'll totally be fine with it. Or like 2121 from Phil of the Future. On a holiday through history, but the final destination was a mystery. Something on the time machine had blown, so they ended up right here in our time zone. So now it's Phil of the future, keeping it together just as best as he can. Phil of the future. He's the 22nd century man. Please tell me I'm not the only one who remembers that theme song. If you remember that show too, make sure to type it in the comments. I loved Phil of the Future. The show didn't last long enough, but it was an awesome show. It was really interesting. But that's it for this episode of Joe Winko Talk. So don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. So that's it. Peace out, people.